Hey guys, Keaton here. So I just wanted to showcase a great transition from feet to knees by Finn Pettipies here. So we'll let it play and then we'll dissect it.
Good eye. Yeah.
So I think the most important thing to note here is just how smooth that transition is from feet to knees, early eyes through the rotation, trying to make sure that when we drop square to where that player is receiving that pass. Hands are stacked to the side of the body. Finn does a great job of gapping up here. So the moment he finishes with that push with this left leg here, he drives it right into the middle of his body, sealing that 5-hole right away. Hands, again, are in a great position. Shoulders and hips on a slight tilt to that post. So making sure that we keep that weight transfer through the drive of that back leg. Legs stay flared out, doesn't lose any coverage here. So great execution. I think the most important thing for a lot of young goalies to realize here is you cannot be sinking your hips, your glutes in this situation, because if your hips are sunken, the legs will not open up properly, and it's going to be very tough to get the hips to open up if we are kind of sunken with the butt down to the ice, almost like we're sitting in a chair, more or less. All right, so again, early eyes, he's able to go from more or less the inside of this boot, all right, and transition very smoothly down to the inseam of the boot, all right, right to the knees. A lot of young goalies have issues with kicking that foot back, and then they lose a lot of stability while dropping, and they lose a lot of coverage because that foot is kicking back, so it tends to kind of fall more behind the hip line rather than stay flared out.
Underneath you. Turn. Eyes. Yes, buddy. Turn. Good. Eyes.
One more important thing to note here is as we're opening up, all right, or as we go from feet to knees here, we really need to prioritize our pivot because it's going to be tough to be turning mid-push or mid-slide because, again, we are obviously hitting a slippery surface, which is the ice, so we will usually spin out and not really cover this general chunk of the net when driving to the post because we are turning, all right, almost mid-slide or turning once we hit the ice. Really focus on a nice, strong pivot led by the eyes, subtle tilt through the lead hip and shoulders. Hands stay stacked to the side of the body, all right, and hopefully when you land, because all those details are there, you are in a balanced and squared state with the hands available. Hope this makes sense, guys.
Eyes. Eyes.
One last important thing to note here, when we have early eyes through this transfer and we're able to snap our eyes with the head angled straight down to the puck as soon as possible, and if we're able to get a nice rotation rather than pushing early, we are squared and seeing how this player receives that pass, so then we have the ability to anchor that lead leg into the ice to reroute ourselves, all right, wherever that player takes that puck. If we are turning while we are sliding, it is going to be fairly tough to reroute because at this time we will be kind of twisting. That leg will be falling behind us, that right leg. So it's going to be a really hell of a time to kind of re-maneuver your body to get back right in front of wherever that player's taking the puck. All right, again, hope this makes sense, guys. Hope this brings value to your game. Test this stuff out in practice. Take it slow. Work on the smooth mechanics, and then implement speed.